I'm a little concerned of how AI slop will impact the younger generations. Now being in my 20s, I realize that all the generations above me have had time spent, have used their time to work, to understand skills, to learn and work with their hands. Now, when AI came along, it's less threatening to them because they have done the work. They understand how task works, and so they just use AI for information and just, oh, I need to look this up, I need to look that up, like Google. While some of them might not use it to create things because they either want to create it themselves or they know how to create what they want to create, and like a video, create a full idea, a script, and they know how they want it. So asking AI through a prompt would be way harder, or would be way more confusing, and they would not get the results they wanted versus them just taking the action and doing the work. But on the other hand, for younger generations, they have not done as much work. They have just come around and they haven't worked with their hands. So they see AI as, even in schools, it's like, you don't need to write essays. AI will write essays for you. And that's almost absurd to think about for the older generations, because they did the work. They had to, no matter what, while the younger generation has AI that can possibly do the work for them. And even going into social media, creating on social media, you can literally use AI now to create videos, to create people who talk to the camera. And the younger generation knows they can make those influencers with merely prompts, and it's gotten easier and easier to not learn to write a script, to not learn to talk to a camera, to not even have all the information and still create something that will move people, something that people will follow. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, but it is something to think about, of how are we allowing this younger generation to use AI? How are we presenting it to them? Because it does take time to work at a craft and create something valuable, and to understand different angles of the craft, and to then create something that people find valuable, something that isn't perfect and doesn't have to be everything you ever dreamed it to be something of value, to portray a message, and to make something authentic. And so I want to pose a question: how are we influencing the younger generation about work, about the value of putting in the effort yourself and creating an idea, and not allowing something else outside of our own minds to have an understanding of creating, of making something, and having a hands-on understanding?